Alright guys, today is the 8th day of our coding challenge, and our task for today is that is a to-do list, array creation, and delete item. So we are in on the second week of this challenge. Okay, it's a to-do list just. So here, let's get rid of this yesterday code. So just call it to do list.js. Let's come over here. Okay, this is yesterday code. Then we close it, and here is to-do list. Let's test and see if our code is working correct. So we are just going to alert something like hi, and our code is working. So we successfully link the JavaScript with the HTML. So first we are going to start to create our DOM, and today we are just going to create the container. So after we get the DOM, we are going to append it to the body. So we are just going to say document.body.appendChild, and we are going to append the container. So now let's start creating other HTML elements. So the next element we are going to create now is the input. So we are just going to say const, and the name is going to be to do input. And let me copy this here so that it will be fast. Just paste it over here, and inside this string, let's remove div and use input. Now let's create the second one, which is going to be add button. Add to do button, and this is just going. Let's paste this over here. Then we get rid of this div and use a button. Okay, now let's append them to the body, which is going to be container.appendChild, and that is going to be the input. Then we are going to do container.appendChild again, and that is going to be add to do button. So now So now let's create an array. So you're just going to say to do's equals to empty string, or let's just do something like a let's just say learn to code, and then the second one is going to be the second one is let's just say watch movies. Okay, now we have two to do inside this thing. That is going to store our array. So right now, next thing we are going to do is that we are going to add event listener to this button. So for here right now, I'm just going to say add to do button dot add event listener, and we are listening to the click. After this, let's give it a function. Let's just call it add to do, just like that. And let's copy this add to do and create a function const add to do equals to this and this. So we are going to use arrow function, and let's see if it will work. And you can just say button just clicked. Let's check out. And as you can see, we have button but nothing inside, so we are just going to come over here and use this add to do button dot text content, and let's just call it add. And once review, you can see we have add over here. So click on the button, and in our console we are having button just clicked. So we are listening to the event clearly. So here right now, we are getting the input value. So what we are going to do is const input value will be equal to the to do input. Sorry, this should be input. To do input dot value dot trim. So we are using trim to make sure we remove white space. We are using the value to get the value, and the trim will remove the white space, so we don't have any empty space. So after getting this, we are going to use if statement to validate it. So we are just going to say if input value is not equals to empty, if it's not equals to empty string, like if there is a content in it, then we are going to say to-dos.push, which is this to do, and this should be have a const. Yeah, we need to define the variable before we just start doing our thing. So we are just going to say this to-dos dot push, and we are pushing the input value. You understand? So after that, we are going to say to do input is going to be equals to empty string, empty string. Now let's log the to do and see. Let's log the to do's. Add something. I don't even know what to do. Let me just make a video, then click add, and we are going to a problem assigning to a constant variable. And okay, that is here. The problem is because we just say input equals to empty string. It should be input dot value. So you're just going to say to the input dot value should be equals to empty. So if you say hi again, now you see the problem is solved. So right now, what we are going to do next is to loop the array and display everything on the screen. So we are not going to leave it just like this. Let's get rid of this, and over here we are going to say function, and this function is going to just call it get. Let's remove the parameter and this comment. Here we are just going to use to do dot for each. So here we are just going to say to do's dot for each, and we are going to get a single to do, and we also need the index because we are going to use that to detect the to-do we are going to delete or modify. So let's use this, and then I'm going to say const we are going to say const to do list items is going to be equals to document.createElement, and we are going to create hi li, so that is list. So we are just going to say, but before this, okay, let me done with this, then we need one more element. So we are just going to say document.create element, and this element is going to be list, that is li, sorry, li. And before this, we need another we need this thing, we need another list, that is a ul. You understand? So we're just going to say, let me copy this and come down over here and just say const let's say to-do list, and it's going to be ul, right? It's going to be ul. So after this, we are going to append it like the way we do to these ones, which is a container dot appendChild, and we are appending this to-do list. So here now, if you remember, we just created this to-do list item, and we are putting it into the list container element. So here right now, we are going to say we are going to use this to-do list item dot test content, and that is going to be equals to this task, oh sorry, equals to the to do. And after we get this, we are going to create the delete item, delete button. So we are just going to say const delete button, and that is going to be equal to document.createElement. So let me copy this, paste it over here, and instead of a line, we are just going to use a button, and here we are going to say delete button dot text content, and that should be equals to let's just say x like this, or okay, let's just say delete, and after this we are going to use a delete list and a delete button, and we are going to add event listener to it. So we are going to say delete listing dot add event listener, and then we are going to listen to click, and once someone click, we are going to run a function that is going to be just, let's just say delete to do, and we are going to add this index inside it. Okay, after this we are going to get this list item, and we are going to say dot appendChild, and we are appending this delete button. After this we are also going to say we are going to get this to do list dot appendChild, and here we are appending this our list item, and after this we have to make sure that this function that we created here, let's create this function outside of this get array list function. So we are bringing it out outside the function, and then we are creating a new function. Let's just call it so here we are creating a function, and this function is going to be arrow function. Then we have the index in as our parameter. Then sorry, we have something like this, and here we are just going to say to do's dot split splice, and that we are going to splice the index minus 1. Then we close. After this we are going to run this function inside this place, and then We are also going to run it when we click the button. So right now, let's see what we have. So if we click make a video, here we click. So right now we have problem. So let's go and fix it. That is going to be yeah, okay, here we really need to add this to-do list, that UI. I think we created it using a UL. So we are just going to add it here, to-do list dot inner HTML, which is going to be equals to empty, and this is going to help us to clear the existing code. So let's try again. See if let's just say like hi. Oh, the problem is still there and it's not deleting. So let me check something here. Okay, good catch. So here you can see we have this delete button, and we are just running the code without waiting to see what is going to return. So what we are going to do, sorry for this guys. So here after the click, before we run this code, we are going to wait. So here we are just going to use after the click, because we want people to click before we do anything. So we just add this function and arrow function, and then paste the delete to do with the index as its parameter, which we just created here. You can see, and I believe now we are good to go. Let me just try again and see if it's fixed. Let me just see like who. Okay, you can see we have this. Now let me make it more beautiful. Let's just say make a YouTube video, then click and add. Now you can see we have make a YouTube video, and where we can delete it. We can also do more things like okay, let me refresh this, and we can do many other things like chill with the boys. I click and we read some book. Click enter. So right now we are getting everything, and if you click delete, you are deleting it. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.